Mansuri, and I just woke up and I would talk about my learning of yesterday, what everything I learned yesterday, how was the day, and what differences it made in my life. Okay, so first of all, I'll repeat that a new year is going to start very soon. Maybe we have 3 more days left. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, but I have seen that many people try to create a New Year resolution on the 1st of January or around that, thinking that a new year will totally change their life and it will give them a fresh start. But what I believe is that you do not need a new year to start anew. Okay, you can start anytime. So, for example, if I wake up today and I think, okay, this day is going to change my life, and from now onwards, I'll be just focusing on my goal. So, this can be a kind of new year for me. Okay, so with this, I will go ahead and I'll talk about the technical things that I wanted to discuss. So yesterday was a great day, and I have a goal. I can see a list of routine or goals that I would say, and I was able to fulfill them. So I'm really glad for my last day that I really did well, and I did more than I had planned. So that makes me feel a little bit more confident. And the way I wanted to tell you is that I studied around 8 to 10 hours total, including everything of productivity like learning, then practicing, then making notes, and again reading notes, etc. Yeah. So yesterday, some of the things that I learned are kind of cloud theory, and then I learned Linux theory as well as practical. So maybe Linux I learned around 20% of theory, but around 80%, the rest 80% was of practical, because Linux makes more sense of learning practical things, right? So I did that, and apart from that, I started learning networking, because networking is also a very important concept and component of cloud or any field that you want to be. And in fact, gradually I'm preparing for CCNA. So I'm sure very soon I'll be able to take CCNA. I don't need to take the exam as of now, but yeah, I have a plan that I will start it later. Okay, so that's the thing that I wanted to tell you. Apart from Linux, so like mainly Linux, I try to go to Cisco Packet Tracer, and I try to create labs or different topology, and that helps me to learn more. But yeah, I think yesterday when I no, I think yeah, yesterday was like when I was trying to deploy. Okay, I will come to that thing later. So like there was a reason that I thought, okay, today I should be focusing uh, more on theoretical thing. Okay, so I did that, and the reason is because in the cloud, one of the projects that I was working on was to create a virtual network and other components of it. So I'll try to explain if you do not know anything about cloud. So I'm doing small projects to get my learning more assigned or more pragmatic. So then I was like, then what I do is that I go to Azure, and from there I try to deploy a virtual machine, which I was doing really well, and I did it many times. I tried to deploy different kind of virtual machines, including Linux and Windows operating system, mostly for server. But yeah, what I found is that if I go and try to, so like when I create a virtual machine in Azure, there are many things which, hi Uncle Jim. So there are many things which actually Azure does it automatically for me, or it helps me. But yeah, with that we learn a little bit lesser, because if we try to understand the problems or we try to take more responsibilities, then we learn more. So I went to a virtual network that is called VPC, I think, in AWS, and I tried to create a virtual network. I created a virtual network, then I created a network security group. So like network security groups are what things you want to allow within your virtual network. And then I created some other components, some rules for virtual network. For example, I only allowed SSH, and yeah, because I was creating a Linux, and then I try to deploy my virtual machine indirectly like this, which is like uh, very tough work, and it took a little bit longer time. But yeah, it is true that I learned more. So the thing that I wanted to talk you about I think networking is that there was one of the options was to try to do subnet masking. So like I was trying to divide my same IP addresses, public IP addresses into different parts, which is called subnet masking. And when I was trying to do it, I found it a little bit hard and I was not able to do, or I was not able to understand, because I think this is really hard and it takes a lot of practice and little time. So I thought, okay, maybe my theory is not good and that's why it is a little bit hard for me to understand. So that's why the thing that I mentioned you earlier, I went to networking and I started learning yesterday theoretical, which is still going on. But yeah, I would agree that I think somehow my IP address information or knowledge was not very consolidated, and that's why I was facing this problem. So I learned that, and that is still going on, and whatever. And I think if you want to learn networking, then one of the best courses is like you go to Udemy and you find a course by David Bombal. Maybe I'll try to give the link in this video description. You can go there and you can get access to the course. That is one of the best courses, and if you do it diligently and religiously, then you will be like very good in networking, and that also helps you to prepare for CCNA. Okay, so I did that, and apart from I mentioned about my Linux practice, which I did, and then I had other things like I had to apply into different jobs related to these fields, which I did. And I think other goals I achieved very well. But I think in this, I could not achieve my daily target, which is like applying and learning about jobs around 3 hours every day. So yeah, I think I was lagging behind, but other things I really did far more than I was required, because those were main things. Even if I don't do much about my job applications, then still it is fine. Or maybe I can do it anytime later I want. Maybe so that was about yesterday almost, and like I studied till 3 a.m. and I wanted to go to bed and sleep, but I was not feeling that, because the thing was running in my mind is that today and tomorrow I will not be able to learn very actively because I have many chores that I need to take care of. For example, on these days I go to a coaching center and I teach English there to children or to students. So yeah, and it takes a few hours to go there because that is out of the city, and I need to go and come today and tomorrow. So these days are kind of not very productive, but at the same time I think it is also important to have at least one day like this, so there can be a break. So I'm trying to follow a particular routine very diligently, and if I try to stuck to the same routine every day, suppose I don't take any break for 1 to 2 weeks, then after sometimes I'll be very much fatigued, and it will be kind of monotonous and boring. So since I go to teach there, so it is kind of maintained, and on Monday I can feel very energetic. It is not like I am kind of totally habitudinous or I don't know what to say, but yeah, that's what I do. So that was the reason that I tried to learn more at night, thinking if I learn after 12 hours, sorry, 12 p.m. or after midnight, then I will be able to count them to the next day, that is today. So I learned, and actually I wanted to sleep till very late time, but I don't know why I woke up on my time. Normally, like waking up routine, since my sleep is very flexible, so mostly I wake up at 8 a.m. So even though I slept at maybe around 3:30 a.m., again I woke up. Okay, like I was not able to sleep. I tried it for a while, but I couldn't sleep. So just I thought, okay, instead of wasting time, I will try to learn a few hours, which I will start now. So that was pretty much about yesterday. It was a great day, and I think every one of us can learn and grow. That is my message. And if you are still confused what all I am talking about, then let me tell you. I'm sorry, I should have told you this in the beginning of the video, but the thing I am discussing is how to build your career from customer support or support jobs and go to higher level jobs like cloud, engineer, cloud DevOps engineer, or cloud administrator. So as of now, I'm trying to become a cloud administrator, and I'm AZ900 and AZ104 certified. And then again, I am trying to learn. Yes, brother. KM, yes. I was working first, I was in customer support, then I learned some basic tech support skills, and I worked 2 years in tech support, and now I'm trying to build my career into cloud. Okay, I know that the career is very challenging, but I know it very well that it is totally worth. We learn a lot, we grow a lot, and you can earn like hell here. And the most important thing is that like cloud, AI, these are new technologies or new fields. So like if you are able to just get there once and keep learning, then trust me, you do not need to regret ever in life. Yeah, so that's pretty much I am trying to go into cloud. Sometimes when I get demotivated or disturbed or I find it difficult, I try to see other cloud engineers and their lifestyle, the salary they are getting, and trust me guys, it really inspires. It is like a lot, a huge money that they get as a salary. I can tell you this, like, it's one of the best jobs. They are really paid very well. But I have seen that many software engineers, they actually try to become cloud engineer. So if I become a cloud engineer, it is far better than becoming a software engineer, and you are really paid a lot of money. And once you become a cloud engineer, then gradually you can easily become a cloud DevOps engineer or cloud security engineer. I think there are more like these. So like these two I think are very important and I like them. Either of them I will choose. So yeah, that is like the area, and you don't need to look back again after this. And what is the best thing? You don't need to come from a technical background for this. But yeah, if you have some technical knowledge, then that is a great. So suppose I will tell you that some maybe freshers are watching this video and they are still confused and they are trying to figure it out whether it is for them or not. Then my suggestion would be like go and try to work in customer support if you don't know anything about technology or maybe IT or corporate world. And after working a few years, maybe 1 to 2 years in customer support, you can go to technical support and work there again. But if you think you know about computers and other aspects of technology, then you can start your journey from tech support or similar position. There are many positions within tech support, and you work at least 1 year, around 1 year, and then you started. Because to be honest, I do not have very good knowledge, or I would say better sentence would be I did not have very good knowledge, because mostly I was trying to learn theoretical things. And theory, while is good thing, but it doesn't help you much while working. So you learn more by labs or practical things or by building projects. I'm sorry, guys. So that's my only focus, that I'm trying to now learn and build projects. Yeah, I'm learning more by building projects, and also this is very attractive. Oh, hopefully, I'm going to paste my GitHub account also here. You can check. Like every day, I try to upload some small projects that I complete on mainly on three areas as of now, which are cloud, then cloud, and then networking and Linux. And I'm gradually going to add more areas. For example, I will add one area technical support, kind of technical support, and then one will be for DevOps engineering, like Kubernetes and other aspects which are really important. And many times I face problem because I do not have good knowledge of, or I would say even very uh, intermediate knowledge of Kubernetes and these development tools. So I'm going to start working on them as well. And one last thing that I want to learn is Python. So once I have done these basic things, I will start learning Python. So that was pretty much about today. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, take care and thank you very much. Have a nice day, everyone.